Welcome to my YouTube channel. Now you're here today because you clicked on basically a thumbnail that said, like, why am I a failure? Now let me tell you, a lot of people are thinking maybe the same as you. So the bottom line is you're not alone when you ask that question. Now, what I want to tell you is I recently wrote a book and I published it on Amazon.com, but then I unpublished it. And I unpublished it because I basically wanted to use the contents of the book for what I'm about to tell you about. Okay. Now, this is a solution to, basically, why am I a failure? And I need you to have an open mind in regards to this. But the bottom line is you're going to have to reinvent yourself. Because obviously, if you are a failure and things aren't working, you've got to do something about it. And what I'm about to tell you, you can basically start immediately, after watching this. And what I would like to say is, this is a total freebie. It makes a lot of sense. And I really, really need you to subscribe, hit notifications and hit like. That's basically all I ask. Now, I mentioned a book, right? And this is the book, like right here. It's a Word document. Okay. Now, what this book, what it basically says, that it says that I have been investigating quantum mechanics, ancient writings, human psychology, and many other things. And by many other things, I'm referring to documents that have been declassified by the American government. And what I've concluded from all this is a process to basically get you back on track. Yeah, if you are a failure or whatever. Okay, so I'm just going to skip through this, and as I mentioned, you can start this now. Like after you finished watching this, and I'm very very sincere about what I do, and my heart goes out to you if you're suffering because of this failure syndrome. But what I want to tell you is that the universe, the whole universe, uh, is basically there are laws. There are laws in the universe, and those laws are basically um, quantum. You know, they're governed by quantum mechanics. Okay. Now, and I don't particularly want to go into all of the scientific and details of all of that. I want to tell you what to do. Okay. Now, number one is you need to forgive everyone in your life that has caused you heartbreak or grief, and you need to start to love everything and everyone in your life. And when I say everything, I'm referring to, nature, like trees and, just everything, animals and, just like, and people and just like everything that you can actually see with your own two eyes. You just wanna love those things. Okay. And well, and you don't want to like them. You want to actually love them. Okay. And I know this is going to be a hard step for some people, but it's got to be done. Okay. Then you've got to plant the ambition seed in your head. Uh, Now, I don't know what your ambition is. It can be anything, you know. It can be, I want to be the greatest author in the world, or I want to be, successful in a certain business, or whatever. But the whole thing about it is, when I was doing a little bit of research on this, I came up with these words like, why am I a failure? Why am I a failure at everything I do? Why am I a failure at school? So, like if you're a failure at school or university or whatever, you know, that that would be the seed you plant. I don't want to be a failure at school. Um, if you're a failure in life, that would be the seed you plant that you don't want to be a failure in life. Uh, why am I a failure in love? Like you've basically got to work out what you want, and it can be anything. It can be actually anything. Okay. Now let's go back to this. So let's just backtrack here. You've got to forgive everyone. You've got to work out exact. Well, you've got to forgive everyone, and in addition, uh, you've got to love everything and everyone. Okay, and you don't want to like, you want to love. Then you plant this seed of what you want to do, and what you'll find is if you do that, you'll probably start doing things in your life that will make that seed grow. But the whole thing about it is what you want to do is you want to listen to 432 hertz or 528 hertz music, and when you're listening to it, you need to see yourself as successful, okay, or in a situation where you've overcome, this problem you've got. And you don't want to be thinking, I want to be successful, like, you know, you need to see yourself as successful. You've got to basically picture it in your head. You've got to see yourself walking around as if the whole problem's solved. You need to really, really live it, you know, and you need to smell the smells. You need to taste the food. You need to feel the actual joy and happiness that you've now got. You've really, really, really got to, you know, see yourself as having solved this problem and it's all over. And now this new person. Okay. Now, a good way to do this too is, like most people have got a telephone. So at night, and on the internet, you can basically if you put in 432 hertz or 528 hertz into a search, into Google search or Bing search or whatever, you will, you'll find or actually a YouTube search, you'll find a lot of uh, recordings using, this frequency, this sound frequency. Okay, and it'd be a good idea to, you know, think about the steps I outlined, and listen to this music, and go into this, you know, listen to the recording while, like while you're going to sleep, and you can leave it on all night. Okay. Now that what I've just outlined is basically my plan for you. So let's just close that. Okay, we don't need that anymore. We're going to close that. Okay, and now we're just going to go to here, not that one, this one. And it says here, this is a YouTube search. What? Just press that so you know that I'm not playing around here. You see, why am I a failure at everything I do? And if you just go here, why am I a failure? And you see, look, there's a whole list of things, you know. So, there's a lot of people searching for a solution to this problem. And I've given you the solution. And I've basically told you that, the universe we live in does have laws. And they're basically based on, uh, like, not physics proper, but quantum, like quantum physics, like the laws, quantum based laws. Okay. Now, if you listen to these guys, the biggest reason for failure, well, when you go and listen to a lot of these things, you might occasionally come across someone that's, maybe got a solution, but most often you just walk away more confused than you already were. So, she looks really upset. ADHD, you're not the problem. Well, you don't want to go watching that unless you do have ADHD. But using my process, you know, you could basically manifest that you don't have ADHD. So that's what I'm getting at. It's what I've explained to you is a manifestation process. And a lot of people use manifestation to win lotteries and all sorts of things. Look, I've said enough, and like I'd really appreciate if you left comments about how you go using the method I outlined. And don't forget, to subscribe and hit the like and hit notifications, because I do put out a lot of interesting things from time to time. And thank you for coming to this channel today, and I'm going to stop recording now. Okay, bye. Thank you.